Welcome back to Law and Crime. We shift gears to talk about the high-profile trial of doomsday cult mom Lori Vallow Daybell as that continues in Boise, Idaho for week 3. Lori Vallow Daybell is charged with first-degree murder, conspiracy, and other charges over the deaths of her daughter Tylee Ryan, her adopted son JJ Vallow, and her husband Chad's first wife Tammy Daybell. Our very own Gigi McKelvey joins us now from outside the county courthouse there. Gigi, good afternoon. What is the latest from the courtroom, and who was on the stand today?
It's been a really technical day of testimony. We started the day off with the anthropologist who ended the day yesterday, and she just walked us through the different tool marks that they found on Tylee's remains. Then next up was a tool mark examiner, and he walked us through all the different types of injuries these bones can get when there's dismemberment attempts. Ultimately, he wasn't able to determine what tools were used that caused these marks on the bones of Tylee Ryan. And so then after that, we had a chemical expert who determined that gasoline was used as the accelerant to burn the body.
Well,
it's been a lot of very technical testimony.
Well, what was Lori's reaction to all of this testimony, Gigi?
No reaction really at all. She kind of talks to her attorneys, writes on her legal pad. She listened a little bit. She tends to just not listen at all when it comes to anything having to do with the kids' remains. But the last witness was a DNA expert who just verified that Lori was the biological mother of Tylee and also verified JJ's biological father, which is Kay Woodcock's son. So that's been the testimony this morning. Now her Tammy Daybell's sister, Samantha, is here attending today and is expected to take the stand this afternoon, so everybody's very interested in what she's going to testify to.
What about the jurors' reaction to hearing all this morning?
A lot of note-taking. It kind of can get tedious with this kind of testimony, but everybody was paying attention and just taking their notes. I'm curious to see how many they filled up so far. These are some note-taking jurors for sure.
Now, at the beginning of your Daybell coverage, you spotted Chad Daybell's attorney. Do you still see him coming to trial?
Just about every single day he's in there. Yep, he sits and listens pretty much the whole day. Sometimes he'll cut out early, but for the most part, he has been a regular fixture here in this courtroom.
What about the significance of Tylee having gasoline to her? How does that play in this doomsday cult at all?
Well, it just shows that they were trying to get rid of her remains with that fire pit. We know that neighbors reported an increase in bonfires after Tylee was buried, and especially after Tammy Daybell was murdered. So they were having to use an accelerant, and obviously they learned it's not as easy to burn a human body as you would think it would. There were, because in the beginning we didn't think there would be very much of Tylee's remains left, but we've learned that there actually was quite a bit. So it seems like at some point they just gave up and buried the rest of the remains right there near that pet cemetery.
Gigi, are you getting any word when the state will rest this case?
I think maybe another week and a half at most. I think next week we're going to be kind of tying up these loose ends. I'm not expecting, or I've heard that the defense is not going to put on much of a case at all. So we could be getting towards the tail end of this trial. And yeah, I'm sure the families are thankful for that, because remember, these two trials were severed with her and Chad. And so they have to do this again whenever a date is set for Chad Daybell here in Ada County.
All right, Gigi McKelvey, thank you so much always for your great insight. I know you have to head back into that courtroom. We will talk to you very soon.